Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to go over what SVIs are and how to configure them on a multi-layer switch, so a layer 3 switch. So why would we use an SVI? For example, in a previous video I went over this lab and I explained to you guys that we need to use trunk ports in order to do inter-VLAN routing, and then use this interface as make sub interfaces on this interface, and thus using router and stick in order to allow these three VLANs to communicate with each other. But there's another way that we can do this using SVIs. SVIs are switch virtual interfaces which are linked to each VLAN, and they become the gateway for each VLAN. So for example, let's go on the switch. No. Enable T. So to create an SVI, what we do first is use this command: interface VLAN, and then the VLAN number we want to associate it with. In this case, VLAN 10. So as you can see, show IP interface brief. Here's our VLAN, our SVI. So this is our first virtual interface, which is associated with VLAN 10. Right now, we have no IP assigned to it, so let's assign an IP address to it, which would be the gateway for VLAN 10. So IP address 192.168.10.1.255.255. Alright. And let's configure these interfaces as switch ports. So interface F01, switch port mode access, switch port VLAN, switch port access, VLAN 10. Alright. Now let's run that command again. Now as we can see that we added the IP address and now it's up. The reason why the protocol was down was because we didn't set any interface, any VLAN associated to it, any interface to VLAN 10. So now it's up. So now let's go ahead and set up the virtual interfaces for each of these VLANs. Okay guys, as you can see, I just created the rest of the SVIs. So they're all up right now. As you can see, VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 40, and all their IP addresses, which is the gateway for each of these VLANs. So let's go ahead and set the IP address for these. Alright guys, I just finished configuring all these PCs with their IP address and their corresponding gateway. So let's go ahead and ping. Let's go ahead and ping a PC and VLAN 20. So ping 192.168.20.2. Just give it a second. Timed out. Okay guys, so one thing that I forgot to do before configuring this, you have to tell the switch to operate in layer 3 so it can reach the IP addresses. So right now it was set up as layer 2, so it would only be able to address with MAC addresses, but I forgot to put in the command IP routing right here, as we can see, and that would enable it to route IP addresses. So that was the issue that we were having, but as you can see, it went through. So let's go again. Reply. Let's try a different VLAN. VLAN 10. Oops. reply. And then the last one, just gotta perform ARP real quick. Alright. So yeah guys, now that we can see that we have set up everything correctly, the PCs can communicate with each other, that we successfully configured the switch virtual interfaces, the SVIs, to act as gateways for each of these VLANs, as we can see here in our configuration. Okay, so you can see we set up these 4 SVIs to be the gateway for these 4 VLANs, so we can enable inter-VLAN routing and all these PCs can communicate with each other. So this is good in a real world scenario where you don't want to add let's say a switch and then another router, and then that's obviously not very cost effective. Well, we can just use one layer 3 switch, which will enable us to do that, and then we can create the necessary SVIs to act as gateways for our VLANs, and that would just simplify things. It's easier to set up and it's more cost effective when it comes down to it. So I hope this video helped you guys understand what SVIs are, how to configure them, and I hope to see you next time. Just don't forget the mistake that I did, just to enable IP routing at the end. So I hope this helped. God bless.